All right, Shalom. First, I can start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Shemal Shai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of who will, and salutations to the brothers that stood in truth and sincerity. This is Five Hurt after an argument leads to mass stabbing in Chicago lawn. So I just got a couple clips, and then I'm add some precepts.
Out of Chicago lawn, several people are hurt in a mass stabbing. Marissa Perlman live for us now at Advocate Christ Medical Center, where some of those victims were taken. And Marissa, we know this started with an argument.
Suzanne, good to be with you. Yeah, we now know this argument started between two groups of people. Unclear exactly how many people may have been involved in this, but then police got a call for multiple people stabbed.
The anonymous caller is reporting 20 intoxicated males and females fighting, unknown if any weapons are involved.
Let's take you to the scene now where police were seen questioning someone inside a business here at 63rd and Kenzie. We now know, again, this turned physical sometime after midnight. Police say during this fight, a 29-year-old woman stabbed multiple people. At the same time, a 47-year-old woman started punching several of those victims. Right now, we know 4 people are hurt, including a 47-year-old man stabbed in the eye who's here at Christ in critical condition. 3 other men in their 30s also hurt, but as of now are expected to be okay. Still no word on what exactly motivated this mass stabbing and how many people total were involved in this. Police do say both of those suspects were taken into custody, one of them treated after she was sprayed with something in the eye. Again, police say more charges are pending. For now, we're live at Christ Hospital. I'm Marissa.
When you're a small business, you don't have time to shop around for debt collection services. You need to collect on past due consumers.
And breaking overnight, 3 teenagers were shot in the city's Chatham neighborhood, and the gunman is still on the run.
Darius Johnson is live at Comer Children's Hospital this morning, where those teenagers are now recovering. And Darius, we understand the youngest is just 13 years old.
Hey there, Jackie and Dana. Good morning to you both. Yes, that's right. And all 3 of those teens were brought here to Comer Children's Hospital after what police say was a drive-by shooting unfolding in a matter of seconds. And right now, Chicago police are still searching for the shooter or shooters. Take a look at this video from the scene just 5 hours ago. It was just after midnight when Chicago police responded to a call of a person shot. This was at 79th and Maryland in the Chatham neighborhood. The victims told police 2 people inside a red SUV pulled up and opened fire. A 14-year-old boy was shot in the leg. A 16-year-old girl and a 13-year-old boy were both shot in the foot. All 3 of them brought here to Comer Children's Hospital in good condition. We had a chance to speak to a witness at the scene who did not want to be identified. Take a listen.
A couple of cars pulled up and then they just started shooting. It was a lot of guys on this side, but it was cars pointing and then they just started shooting.
Right now, no one is in custody. Again, the only information that police have even put out is that red SUV. We're live here at Comer Children's Hospital this morning. I'm Darius Johnson. Ladies, back to you.
Darius, thank you.
Leaders are using tonight after 2 shootings hours. Outrageous, reckless, unacceptable. The words Minneapolis leaders are using tonight after 2 shootings hours apart left 4 people dead. Those shootings happening just blocks from each other on the city's south side. The first taking place around midnight near the intersection of 25th Street East and Bloomington Avenue. Then, hours later, the second shooting in broad daylight in the 2100 block of Cedar Avenue South. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Julie Nelson. It has been an incredibly violent day in Minneapolis, and the violence continued tonight. Just in the last 90 minutes, another shooting less than a mile from those first 2. Right now, there's a large police presence in the 3000 block of 15th Avenue South. There are shell casings on the ground. We do have calls into police to get more information. We don't know if tonight's shooting is tied to the other shootings today, but police do believe the first shooting overnight was targeted, and the one this afternoon, possible gang retaliation. It all unfolded in the Native community, and as tragic as it is, it could have been much, much worse. We continue our team coverage tonight. Raya Katene spoke with community members and someone who witnessed the aftermath, but we begin with Joe McCoy and the investigation. Joe?
Well, Julie, the victim from this afternoon's shooting was shot and killed outside the Red Lake Nation Embassy in Minneapolis's Midtown Phillips neighborhood. And KARE 11 has confirmed that a security guard at the embassy received a call just minutes prior to that shooting this afternoon and was told that some retaliatory violence was about to occur. Tragedy and violence striking Minneapolis's Midtown Phillips neighborhood twice in just a matter of hours.
Our entire city is grieving right now, and we know that our Native community is feeling that trauma quite acutely.
6 people shot in 2 separate instances, 13 hours apart and just 3 blocks away from each other. 4 of those individuals died, and 2 others are in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police Chief Brian O'Hara says MPD believes all of the victims are a part of the Native American community.
We're trying to do everything that we can for all of the families and everyone in the community to restore some sense of safety for them as fast as possible.
The first shooting happened around midnight, and police say a 20-year-old woman, a 17-year-old male, and a 27-year-old male died. Chief O'Hara says this shooting is likely gang-related.
Preliminary information indicates that this was a targeted shooting, which means that this was not random.
Then around 1 p.m., a man in his 30s was shot and killed outside the Red Lake Nation Embassy. KARE 11 confirms someone called a security guard at the embassy just minutes before this shooting took place, informing them that retaliatory violence was about to occur. The embassy says the victim was not a member of the embassy. Police Chief Brian O'Hara also says a bullet passed through an SUV and nearly missed an infant and a toddler inside the car.
This is outrageous. It's absolutely senseless. And it just shows how completely reckless this is. That this is broad daylight out here with a toddler and an infant in a car seat nearly getting hit by a bullet. It's outrageous. Enough.
Right now, no one is in custody for either shooting. Police Chief Brian O'Hara says that because of the close proximity of these shootings, MPD suspects that they may be related. Chief O'Hara also says that there will be an increased police presence in the area. Julie.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Well, the violence shaking the neighborhood, especially the local Native community, as Joe mentioned. Raya Katene heard from leaders and a witness and continues our team coverage tonight. Raya?
Yeah, I spoke to several people shortly after we learned.
So I'm going to start with 1 second. Amos chapter 3, verse 6, it says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?" Now, who is blowing the trumpet? Prophets. Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it? Right, so all this gang violence, these stabbings, these shootings, it's coming from the sky, man. Basically letting everybody know that these things are going to happen, and it's in the Bible, and to get right before it's too late. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Right, so these secrets are being revealed to the prophets to teach the people, man, because Esau doesn't have that much time longer to rule him, nor do the other nations, and the kingdom of heaven is at hand, but there's going to be a lot of death to come, so you will want to get up out of the way of those these evil times. Verse 8: The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh hath spoken, who can but prophesy? And that's all we've been doing since we have woken up to the truth. That's all you young brothers been doing since y'all woken up to the truth, was prophesying about the downfall of America and all the evil to come. You know, the Lord has 2/3 of his people that he wants to be cut off and die. You know, and then the heathen got their judgment coming. And so if that's what you're doing, you're on the right page. You don't want to be caught up in none of this violence and things that's happening in these streets, because we're living in a time of the Lord's judgment. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things. Right, man. Uh, the darkness represents the evil, the chaos, the death and things that's going up in the cities. The light represents the righteousness. You know, I make peace, I create evil. You know, that's what's going on, man. This Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, it says, My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Right, so another reason why this is happening, because Jacob don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible. You know, and they reject the Bible. They reject hearing the truth. You know, the prophets have been out here for decades. You know, so if you don't get the truth while you can, you know, before it's too late, then you got another judgment coming, man, which is death. Hosea 4 and 6 again, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Right, our people don't know who they are according to the Bible. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, they reject what we teaching them, these videos, they bypass them, they mock, or they just watch it for entertainment. I will also reject thee, right, that thou shalt be no priest to me. The priests are the men. The men supposed to be doing the work. It's a lot of our men, young men and elders or older men of our nation that's not doing the work because the Lord has rejected them. Saying thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, because the law not done away with, I will also forget thy children. Right? So the Lord forgets the parents, rejects the parents, he rejects the children, and ultimately their judgment is death. You know, because we are supposed to be keeping the law to the best of our ability, but it's mainly about who's chosen. It ain't all about the law, but you can keep the law, like killing each other. That's a part of the law. You can keep that, you know. It's 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Right? For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness? Right. So these people, these guys that's in these gangs, that's of our nation, that don't want to hear the truth, whether they're in a gang or not, you ain't supposed to be like equally yoked with them. You know, just hanging around, kicking it with these type of people, man. It said, and what concord hath Yahushua with Belial? What agreement, or what part hath he that believeth with the infidel, with the unbeliever? And what agreement hath the temple of the Most High with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. As the Most High hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Right. So Jake and them worship idols, and we are not supposed to be hanging and kicking around with them, because it's always going to be some type of confrontation, some, or just all types of bullshit happening, because you got light versus dark. The children of we are, us that know the truth are of the light, and those of our people that don't know the truth are of the darkness. So you hanging around them is gonna cause a lot of problems. Eventually, the spirits is gonna always clash. You know, whether they start speaking down on the truth, or you get into it with them because they niggas. You know, whether they of the Native American community, because the Native Americans are Gad according to the Bible, or they are the Mexican community, Issachar. You know, no matter if they're of the 12 tribes of Israel, or of the blacks/Native Americans, or one of the 12 tribes, y'all gonna have conflict if y'all got these different belief sets, man. If you got the truth versus the darkness. Uh, 2 Corinthians 6 and 16 one more time. And what agreement hath the temple of the Most High with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. As the Most High hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. Right? So come out from among them, man. It's the point in this verse. Be ye separate. It's the reason why we don't hang around our family, old high school friends, college friends, co-workers, because the Lord told us to be separate because of the belief set. Their mindset is destroyed. You know, they act like animals. They worship idols. You know, so ain't no point of even being around them. Man. But with that being said, call Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. Give honors to the elders and the apostles of the will, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.